Okay, folks, welcome to a quick video looking at a case of bad reuse in Isom number 3. I'm going to show you how a clever technique used in one Rippaverse book came off wretched in this one. Ironically, the book with the clever technique is Isom number 2. Now, I did not give Isom number 2 a good overall score, but that's not to say the book didn't have a clever moment or two. One of those clever moments came with the introduction of Gooding, who appears to us for the first time at Silman Ranch playing the role of a fireman. Once the fire is put out, Gooding talks with the ranch's owner Avery Silman, who is our hero Isom, about the cause of the fire. Gooding implores Avery to hire him on as an investigator, and since Gooding knows Avery might be reluctant to accept his offer right away, Gooding has his flying robot dog hand Avery his business card. And here on the next page is the clever part. We're actually given a full splash page graphical interpretation of that business card. I say graphical interpretation because an actual business card is usually about 3.5 inches long by 2 inches wide, so you wouldn't be able to read some of the smaller text on the page if it were shrunken down to actual business card size. But in a meta sense, at least, this is exactly the kind of information you would expect an actual business card for Gooding services to contain. Name and brief description, list of services, basic price, nice visual design, basically everything except this misspelling, which I hope will be fixed in the definitive Isom. But setting aside all nitpicking for a moment, I honestly like this business card splash page considering that the core of Gooding's character is the idea that he's an entrepreneur and a businessman who hires himself out. He's not a hero for free. With that in mind, this business card page design is a great way to both summarize the character's concept and cap off his introduction in the book. This page is one of the few things about Isom number 2 that I can truly look back on and say, you know, that was a pretty clever idea. It doesn't translate well into Isom number 3, though. In Isom number 3, Avery calls up Lincoln Eusebio, founder of the company Projexis. Eusebio wants to speak with Avery in person about how to handle their common enemy Darren Fontano, so Eusebio asks if Avery would meet with him at a nearby Projexis facility near where Avery lives. Avery agrees, and on the next page, we see a full splash page of Eusebio showing off the interior of the Projexis lab. Obviously, this page has been done up in the same style as the business card page from Isom number 2. And just like the robot dogs handing the business card to Avery triggers the graphical representation of the business card, so does Avery's agreeing to meet with Eusebio at a Projexis lab trigger a graphical representation of Eusebio showing Avery the interior of the lab. Now, so long as that's what's actually happening here, that what we've basically done is jump ahead to that evening where Eusebio is now showing Avery around Projexis for the first time, then Rippaverse has managed to pull off another scene comparable to the business card scene from Isom number 2, and I'll be very impressed. But no. Turning the page instead takes us to someplace we've never been before, J. Sully Ward, wherever that is, and introduces us to some throwaway security guard characters we've also never seen before. It isn't until 10 pages later that we actually start the scene where Avery goes to visit Projexis. So, what the hell is this? Instead of being a bridge into the next scene, it's a bridge to nowhere. It's a giant sign set up in the middle of the desert for no reason because it doesn't point to anything. It's a complete faceplant, narrative-wise, and what makes it so terrible is that it could have worked. All any good editor had to do was take the page and move it 10 pages forward so that it begins the sequence where Avery and Eusebio meet at Projexis. You don't even have to tweak anything. It just works. It works now because the splash page kicks things off and sets the stage on a meta level and lets the actual scene that follows fill in the details. I don't understand why there's nobody at Rippaverse who can see things like this, but time and time again, their editorial staff falls down on the job and lets simple fixes like this lie fallow. It's so frustrating because the inevitable result of this lack of editorial sense at Rippaverse is that still more easily fixable flubs like this are going to slip through the cracks and into readers' hands, which means readers are going to be subjected to more and more cases of bad reuse. Thank you for watching. If you found the information in this video helpful, please hit like and also hit hype if you see that available. That's a new button YouTube is rolling out where you can tell YouTube to put this video in front of more people's eyes, which is always helpful. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't already so that you'll be notified of my future videos. I'm only a third of the way through Isom number 3, so there's at least one more review video coming out on it for sure. Also, please be aware only $55 remain to be raised for me to review the long-awaited Super Killer, written by the biggest problem in the universe's Vito Gesualdi. By now, you've likely already heard opinions from luminaries like Ethan Van Sciver and Dick Masterson. Now you can have the chance to hear my opinion, if enough people are willing to cough up the funds, that is. To contribute to the pool, super chat me up on any live stream or make a donation via the super thanks button on any of my videos. I'm Mike Partico. Once again, thank you for watching, and I will talk to you later.